So I request all the students who are standing outside, please come and have your say.
ನಿಮ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ
ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ?
The part of US Bangalore's Diamond Jubilee celebrations, commemorating 60th year of university's establishment. 11th August 2025. Event commenced with a formal invitation from the distinguished chief guest, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, former Deputy Director General, Education, ICAR, while Dr. V. Head, Department of Agricultural and Technology, and ICR Emeritus Professor, delivered the keynote address. Further, Honorable Vice Chancellor of UIS Bangalore, Dr. S.V. Suresha, gave the presidential remarks. Dr. K.C. Narayan Swamy, Dean Postgraduate Studies, and the Dean Agri, College of Agriculture, GKVK, also participated in the event, along with the enthusiastic postgraduate students, external evaluators, faculty, and researchers from the other institutions. During this 4 days event, outgoing PhD scholars illustrated their research through the presentations, while master students showcased their work via posters across 5 thematic areas. Among them, the first is the crop production, including agricultural meteorology, agronomy, soil science and agricultural chemistry, farm machinery and power engineering, soil and water engineering, agricultural Students standing outside, please come into the hardware sale. And the guests about to arrive. So request everyone to say.
Students as a way of
I request all the students to have a seat. The students standing outside, please come in the seat. I request all the faculty members, teaching staffs, please have your seat. Students, please come forward and take chairs. Those who are standing at the back, those who are sitting at the back, is coming seats.
how many years?
Students standing at the back, please have your seat. I request final PhD students and senior MSc students to occupy the front rows. I request third PhD students and senior students to occupy the rows. And I request students standing at the back and occupy seats. And also request faculty members to have seats.
Hanging outside, please come in and have a seat. And so request faculty, teaching and teaching staffs, scientists, to occupy seats.
Good afternoon to Vidyati Vinayam, Vinayajati Patrakam, Patratva Dhanapnuti, Dhanadharmam Thatasukam. Means knowledge is the fountain of humility. Humility is from that one attains the worthiness. The worthiness is the key to the prosperity, and from prosperity comes the righteous living. And that righteousness will lead to the eternal source of joy. With these timeless words, that education is not just about the past. It's about the shaping and building of the character and the themselves. I warmly welcome distinguished faculty, the research scholars, the students to this valedictory function of postgraduate Science Week 2025. I'm Kirti Sharma, first PhD in the Department of Plant Pathology. Today we are here not just to celebrate or not just to so we are here to celebrate the journey of the journey of India, the journey of action that unfolded over the past 4 days under the banner of Science Week 2025 in the historic Diamond Jubilee University Symposium as its see. The intellectual energy is just incredible. So yes, to the stage, which each one of them of the student community. So to present these moments, we have a small documentary for everyone to Bangalore, PG Science Week 2025. An annual symposium initiated in 2014 was successfully organized by the Directorate of Postgraduate Studies from August 10 to 14 at Dr. Chandra Prasad International Convention Center, GKVK campus. This year's edition had a special significance as it was a part of US Diamond Jubilee celebrations commemorating 60th year university's establishment. On 11th August 2025, the event commenced with a formal invitation from the distinguished chief guest, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, former Deputy Director General, Education, ICAR, while Dr. V.V. Balamadi, Head, Department of Agricultural Entomology, and ICR Emeritus Professor, delivered the keynote address. Further, Honorable Vice Chancellor of US Bangalore, Dr. S.V. Suresha, gave the presidential remarks. Dr. K.C. Narayan Swami, Dean Postgraduate Studies and the Dean Agri, College of Agriculture, GKVK, also participated in the event, along with the enthusiastic postgraduate students, external evaluators, faculty, and researchers from the other institutions. During this 4 days event, outgoing PhD scholars illustrated the research through the presentations, while master students showcased their work in posters across 5 thematic areas. Among them, the first is the crop production, including agricultural technology, agronomy, soil science and agricultural chemistry, farm machinery and power engineering, soil and water engineering, agricultural microbiology, forestry, and environmental science, horticulture. The second thematic area, crop protection, including agricultural entomology, apiculture, plant pathology, and sericulture. The third thematic area, crop improvement, included crop physiology, genetics and plant breeding, seed science and technology, plant biotechnology, plant biochemistry, and bioinformatics. Fourth thematic area, social sciences, including agricultural economics, agricultural extension, agribusiness management, agricultural marketing and corporation, agricultural statistics, and the last thematic area, food science and technology, included food science and nutrition, processing and food engineering, food processing technology. Dedicated startup session was also organized where undergraduate and postgraduate students presented innovative entrepreneurial ideas. The presentation in each thematic area was evaluated by the experts for the result. Dr. Bilal's key lecture titled The Matchmaker's Lecture captivated the audience with insights into the ecological relationships and the beneficial insects in agriculture. It also featured the virtual lectures distinguished US Anglo, who have made the contributions in respective domains. These include a lecture from Dr. Samit 2024 Stock Green Foundation, USA on August 12. On August 13, Dr. Ganesh Kumar will Seed Physiology Lead, Basic Science, USA, and on August 14th, Dr. K. Raghutham, Professor of Horticulture, Scale Architecture, Purdue University, USA, gave the lectures. The experiences, sites, working at homes served as a great source of inspiration for the student community. A total of 276 posters and 26 presentations were showcased in the event, with over 400 graduate students actively participating in the scientific deliberations. The quality of the presentations reflected the students' strong commitment, critical thinking, and scientific rigor. The panel of experts lauded the quality of research, noting its broad spectrum, from traditional practices to the advanced technologies in the agricultural sciences. The availability of well-equipped laboratories, including the Central Instrumentation Facility, field research facilities, and robust infrastructure provided by the university, was also acknowledged by the key enabler of a high-impact research with the potential for publication in the reputed international journals. Participating students expressed that such scientific practice their confidence, enhance the communication skill, and provide valuable intelligence to share their research among the peers and experts. They also highlighted
wonderful
the
opportunity the science fiction is to present our
being the knowledge
different
across the
different
diverse branches
campuses,
of agricultural
scientists, and
science.
stakeholders, and to exchange the scientific information across every discipline.
We're very happy that the students have attempted diverse areas of interest to, agriculture. The various problems that farmers have faced have been part of their research topics.
So I'm Dr. Basavaraj Yaskarma, Professor of Entomology. So this is also for me the first time as an expert to evaluate the presentation. So as I have studied here also, I could see several different topics the students are choosing and a wide variety of topics I have been seeing here.
The curtains close. Science Week 2025, the journey continues, fueled by the passion, supported by the research, and led by the next generation of agricultural scientists. Thank you. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to this video. All the esteemed doctors, Chief Guest, Dr. Jagdish, Chancellor, Dr. S.V. Suresha, and President and Registrar Dr. K.C. Narayan sir, to take the seat. Now I invite Dr. K.C. Narayan Registrar and Dean, Postgraduate Studies, Bangalore, to deliver address.
Good afternoon to each one of you. Respected Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chief Guest of today's concluding session of PG Science Week 2025. It is my privilege to extend warm welcome to all of you. So the most important ones are these PG students who have participated actively for about 4 days. It gives me a pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each one of you. The function of the prestigious postgraduate Science Week 2025, that is a PG Students Symposium 2025. As highlighted in the documentary on the activities of the Science Week, the events commenced on 11th August, and so it is concluding now. And many students have presented very curious topics, scholarly articles, and other the topics which are of great interest. In fact, the thematic, the presenters from Vietnam and also from United States of America, they have presented excellent the thematic papers which have attracted many audience, including the external members also. So really on this occasion, I would like to thank everybody for having participated in this momentum. Very actively. Sir, it is a special privilege to have with us our chief guest, Professor Gopalan Jagadish, a towering figure in aerospace research and innovation. Professor Jagadish currently serves as a senior professor in the Department of Aerospace Engineering, Institute of Science, Bangalore. And he is a founder chairman of the Center of Excellence in Hypersonics at the Institute of Science, Bangalore. A pioneer in hypersonic aerothermodynamics and shock wave propagation in complex fluids. Professor Jagdish's research has far-reaching applications in space, defense, and in terrestrial technologies. With 300 research publications in the national and international journals, and 3 books and 25 patents. So he has so far published 25 patents. His contribution to science and technology are remarkable. His leadership extends globally as the president of the International Shockwave Institute, Japan, nationally as the president of the Society of Shockwave Research, India. In fact, while having tea, Sir was mentioning about the association of the Institute of Science with Bangalore back in 2005 with regard to utilization of shockwaves in the field of agriculture. Sir, thank you very much for associating with Bangalore. Professor Degrees is also a fellow of some of the most prestigious scientific bodies, including Royal Heraldical Society UK, the Indian Academy of Sciences, the National Academy of Sciences, the National Academy of Engineering, and an associate fellow of the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. His Excellence has been recognized with several honors and recognitions, including prestigious Karnataka Rajyotsav Award 2023 for his lifetime contributions to the field of science and technology. Beyond his research brilliance, Professor Jagdish is a passionate for science outreach activities. His engagement with 5.2 lakh students across India, particularly in rural areas, reflects his commitment for nurturing the scientific temperament among the students, particularly among the youth. We are indeed to have such an eminent personality with us today. On behalf of EAS Bangalore and the organizing committee, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to Professor Jagdish sir. Chancellor Sri Suresh sir of support for academic and research activities in the university. Sir, the Directorate of Postgraduate Studies is actively considering the suggestions institute a student award to the lines of ICR Jawaharlal Nehru House so that we can inspire our young students. And also to stakeholders in this symposium, definitely have and industry and academic next and the science week. And also identify 20 to 30 postgraduate research outputs for the benefit of farmers with I mean, slight modifications or refinement. Definitely, we are noting down all these the suggestions. Definitely, we will put in the subsequent years. Sir, on behalf of our committee, I extend a respectful welcome to you, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to the officers of PAS Bangalore, Dr. M. S. Gaya, D. DSW, Dr. Ishwar Naik, ADR, Dr. Ravi Prasad, then Dr. Venkatram, D. Agriculture, Special Officer, College of Agriculture, Dr. Shakrappa, and Dr. Chiklu, and also the faculty. I also extend a warm welcome to heads of the department, faculty members, and see all others who have directly and indirectly supported this event very actively. So, I mean, see, presentations were excellent. And see, this having the credit goes to our PG students. In this occasion, I would like to extend profuse thanks, and also I would like to extend warm welcome to all the postgraduate students of PAS in Bangalore. In fact, we have it has some of the external experts from different universities. And also there are representatives from the industry, that is the sponsors. In fact, I extend heartfelt thanks and also welcome to the the representatives of sponsors and also the external experts. So in fact, once again, I welcome you all to this valedictory session. So as we conclude PG Science Week, we also stand on the eve of 79th Independence Day. On behalf of the university community, I extend a warm advance greetings to all of you on this occasion. May the spirit of freedom continue to guide our thoughts, actions, and also aspirations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We wholeheartedly welcome this program. It's time to hear from the fortunate enough to have us today, Dr. Jagdish. Sir, the stage is yours.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಲವ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ಆದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ಭಾಷೆ ಸಂವಾದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಡಚಣೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, ಆಲ್ದೋ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. Friends, I think we have one full week of Science Week. That's what they say. And after listening to so many lectures, a complete one full week of one-way traffic where people would have found a lot of ideas, where the intellectual diarrhea, it actually is a challenge to speak session. I'm reminded of a very happened many years ago. It appears a mathematics teacher who went into a classroom, started the class on Boolean algebra. You have heard of Boolean algebra? It's a very, very complicated subject. I will tell you very important. Before he could write on the board, the student was sitting in the last row. He stood up, actually did prayer. The teacher was flabbergasted. My God, what a wonderful student. He treats the study of Boolean algebra as something so sacred. So he wanted to figure out why is it that this man actually stood up and did some prayer. But see, it was very difficult nowadays. You must be very careful with students. So we asked the student, can you please explain what did you do prayers before I began the lecture? And it turns out that the student, without battling an idea, he answered, sir, there is nothing sacred about this. My grandmother tells me, before you go to sleep, you should pray to the God Almighty. You have started speaking. I am sure that you are going to put everybody to sleep. I'm sure that I am not going to put you to sleep here. I'll just take about 10-15 minutes because I have traveled 8 kilometers. So maybe per kilometer, just to share some of my thoughts with you. I was in Australia last week, last month. In Western Australia, they have observed a very strange phenomenon in the beaches. They are getting a very crazy kind of algae, which is actually washed down to the shore, and who goes to the beach after they spend 5-10 minutes, and when they return back, they get a lot of itching, and they are also having a reaction. It has actually become such a big rage in Southern Australia. They are finding ways as to why it is happening. And it turns out for the last 2 years, the average temperature of the sea water has gone up by 8 centigrade. A toxic algae has been washed vast areas, hundreds and thousands of kilometers in Southern Australia. This is one example of how this globe is basically changing. Just 3 years ago, there was a very, I don't know whether to call it as a good or bad. In the Kazakhstan area, suddenly there were about 100,000 antelopes. Antelopes are similar to the forest. They found that all the antelopes died within about a week's time. The number was staggering, something like ಜಿಂಕೆಗಳು ಸತ್ತೋಯ್ತು. And when they got, then they went and did a kind of a postmortem. They found out again in that particular year, they had an average temperature which was about few degrees lower. When the virus which was dormant in the body became active and ensured that the viral infection destroyed that entire population. Friends, you are all in such a wonderful profession here. I always regard the soldier who guards our borders and the farmer who plows the field as part of the great nation. If both of them are not there, neither will we have food to eat, nor we will be able to live peacefully. But agriculture is actually under crossroads today because of global warming. It's very important for you to continue pursuing research in this area. But that I saw the list of topics you had, I was pleasantly surprised why you have not included AI in this entire list. If you don't include AI in your curriculum, you are doing it at your own peril. Please do some curve fitting, some statistics. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. It is going to the innovation of fire. It is going to of electricity. If you don't catch up with that, you are doing it at your own risk. Sure, start reading more about it and curriculum. How do you improve, for example, your hyperspectral imaging into your agriculture field? How do you improve soil health? The biggest I was mentioning, we're discussing with your Vice Chancellor. Please think of starting a national data center AI for agriculture. You are sitting at gold mine because this university, as I know, is a pioneer in the entire world on several aspects of agriculture. That living expertise which we are should actually be made into a global center. Then having the data, you will earn enough money to build not one university but 5 universities. Please ensure that AI gets into the curriculum at the earliest. Well, science, why are we celebrating science? Why should we do science? Even different words very casual in our life. Science and technology is a single word. To me, a question as a scientist, understanding the outside, understanding our environment, understanding this planet by asking a systematic question and trying finding answers to that is science, which means asking a question, why is science? Then what is engineering? Asking a question, why not? Then what is technology? You don't ask any question in technology. You think it should work 100 times. ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಲಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರನಿಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅಭಿಯಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ, ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ. It is very important for us to that science is a way of life. You should not have science weak. Science should actually become a way of life. And there is a simple story. Actually, not a story. It happened in my own life when I was visiting University of Manchester as a visiting professor in 2006. On my college, I had another Russian scientist. You can go back and search on the story in the Nobel web page. His name is Vassiliev. And Vassiliev was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in the year 2010. This Russian professor, postdoc, he was not even at that point in time. And we used to work in canteen together. He was very frustrated. Everybody had done amazing work already. The papers were very popular. They were thinking Andrew Group's group might get a Nobel Prize. But then he was very frustrated because he did not have a permanent job. And he was a postdoc from Russia. And when Andrew Group see the Nobel Prize committee, it was interesting. How many of you have used pencils here? I'm sure all of you would have used. But don't do this. His research was heading back and he scribbled on that with the pencil on a Friday evening. And out of frustration, he took a cellophane tape and put it over there and walked out of the laboratory. You know, what? Many of you are frustrated. Please don't spoil the furniture of the university. But believe me, we found some very fine particles of carbon sticking to that sellotape. How to create monomer carbon has been a huge since 1920. The first theoretical test to carbon, one atom side by side, will be the strongest material as strong as steel was predicted in 1920. That is science. But it took more than about a century for somebody to make stable form of monomer in the laboratory. That is what Andrew Grip did. He peeled the sellotape, went and put it under a scanning electron microscope. He saw a beautiful monomer of carbon for the first time in the laboratory. That is engineering. How do we convert this monomer of carbon into a stable? It is as powerful as a silicon chip. Graphene was basically born in the laboratory. Today you have diodes, transistors using graphene. That is engineering. When we become a technology, when we were inside the cell phone, have you ever wondered? Everybody wants iPhone at a cost of probably ₹0, right? But there is so much of science that gets into it. Without scientific foundation, neither can you do, nor will I be alive. Please celebrate science. And only you can celebrate science is continuously keep asking a question, why, and why not? And it is easier said than done. Because in our life, we always look at return on investment, correct? When they ask a question, why should we actually study? What is the purpose of studying? It appears The son was relaxing on the sofa set and watching the TV. Father asked him, "Hey, why are you sitting like this? I said, why don't you study?" Son asked, "What will I get after study? If you study well, you will get a good job. If I get a job, what will I get? Get a good salary. But if I get 10,000 rupees as a salary, what will happen? You will be able to have a good life. I think you can relax on a sofa and watch TV." The son said, "That is what I am doing right now. Why are you troubling me?" Friends, please don't look at life as return on investment. I particularly call this as a 543 syndrome, which is plaguing the current generation. We need to study because we need a 5-figure salary, we need a four-wheeler, we need a 3-bedroom house, we need two kids, one boy and one girl, we need one wife or one husband. Is that life? It has taken us 35 years, friends, to become recipient from amoeba. Am I right? I am not a biologist, but this is on record. The whole body is so complicated. Have you ever wondered in our body, 37.2 cells? Right? This population should be 4,700 times. 37.2 cells the working on. 1 million reactions every second. 100 billion neurons. 100,000 kilometers of blood vessel. Have you ever wondered how did we get this wonderful body? In this audience, they're all of you are billionaires. If I ask you, please give me a wrist, I will pay you. NASA spent $20 an eye. It's called biological project. We couldn't reproduce. And did you know 90% of the water we drink gets in keeping 91 types of microbes which are biology people not these numbers. And this wonderful balance between microbes and our healthy cell is what is keeping us going. Have you ever wondered? You should make sure ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೇಹ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೋಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ, ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಸರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ we should value this human life and human body. ನೀವು ಏನು water something so that you will sweat, especially students. You should sweat. ಆಟ ಆಡಬೇಕು, ಓಡಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು, sweat every day. If you take care of your body very well, I don't think everybody is able to take care of yourself at a later point in time. They are extremely important, friends, especially research students. You ask a question, nowadays nobody does this color. They think please cultivate the habit of reading because the human mind, the more you read and register, there is a facility where you avoid what is technically called as neuroplasticity. Plasticity is a today. If you don't read continuously, the only way you can survive is taking care of your mindset. In the house or in your auditorium, classroom, you can have the sofa set, dining set. But please have the right mindset. We did a study with hands to sit today, and attention syndrome, attention deficiency is sweeping through the entire world. They cannot live in 20 minutes. That's a probably a magic number. We should wonder why we are not in control of the brain. It is still here. How many people alarm every exam time to study in the morning? Some of you fix alarm, right? Tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, I will get up. Maybe nowadays it doesn't happen. At least 10th standard and 12th standard, this is commonly followed. You will threaten your mother. Tomorrow morning, I will get up exactly at 5 o'clock. Bega ebbispudu nannan. But the moment the alarm strikes, what do you do? You hit it. It's the same brain. When I watch maybe Shah Rukh Khan's movie, I am able to concentrate. I am able to reproduce the color that was given by the heroine. The dialogue, the story which is told only once. To believe it, I am not able to concentrate when I actually sit in front of a book. It is just that we don't enjoy this entire exercise. I think in science and research, bring back that joy. If you don't take care of your mindset, please make sure that you find good friends in your life, because relationship with friends is all about life. In life, you should have fantastic relationship. ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕತೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಕೇಳಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ತಾಯಿ ಮಗು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ಲಂತೆ ಈ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಂಗಾಂಗದ ಬೆಲೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ದಿವಸ ಊಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಲಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಗು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಗು ಯಾವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತ ಅಂಗ ಅಂತ. ಮಗು ಹೇಳ್ತಿತ್ತಂತೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೇನು ಕಾಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಿವಸ ವರ್ಷ ಕಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಈ ತರ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ. ತಾಯಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ತೀರೋದ್ರಂತೆ. ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಗಂಡು ಆರು ಇದ್ದಂತ ತಂದೆ ಗಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಂತೆ. ತಾಯಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ತಾಯಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ತಾಯಿನೇ. ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಎಪ್ಸಂತೆ, ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ ಮಗಳು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಿತ್ಯ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಬೇರು ಅಂತ. ಕರೀಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ತಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಎದೆಗೆ ತಕೊಂಡು ಅಮ್ಮ ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲಂತೆ, ಅಳಬೇಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಗುಗೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಜೀವ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಉಸಿರು ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಈ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಮ್ಮ ಓಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲಂತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಜೀವ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಜೀವಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಂತನಗಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ಎದೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡು, ಆ ಎರಡು ಎದೆ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರಂತೆ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದರ್ ದನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೈ, believe you have best successful man on this earth. Build relationships. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶೂರ್ ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. You have best friends around you. Find good friends is not very easy. Relationships are written an investment to the relationship for life. Only relationships for life, research also is going to be extremely successful because you will enjoy doing all of this. Maybe I am slowly drifting into emotional kind of a tradition, but it actually teaches you how exactly one should actually live. It says you should do 4 important things in life. One is sadhana ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧ, ಸಂಘ, ಸೇವಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತದೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ extraordinary things in life. They are actually done ordinary things in extraordinary manner with amazing consistency. How where you head? For example, we have to read the same book, we have to read the same journals, we have to write the same research paper. It's very example. Vice Chancellor French told that person that I probably something like 300 signatures. I don't know. Out of those 300 signatures, even for a fraction of a second, if your Vice Chancellor is very worried, and if he tries to change his signature, is it practical? Very consistency You will actually succeed in life. And ಈ ಕತೆ ಬಹಳ he loved the girl that he was married. Unfortunately, the girl ಅವನಿಗೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಂತೆ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು. It's a good dish, but to child the fellow survived for 30 years because he loved her dearly. But one day, I am not going to I will die without. So he went into the hotel, and unfortunately, he was from Canada like me. He did not understand the English menu. So when the menu card came, he put his finger. He thought anything English will come. Unfortunately, what the server also, if not. Even my God, I will die without eating another dish, but in the adjacent table, ಸರ್ದಾರ್ಜಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕನ್ ಮಟನ್ ಕಲರ್ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಶ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಅಂತ. he thought ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಿರುಗು ಬಂದು ರಿಪೀಟ್. Friends, please make sure that if you are well, then you succeed in science, you will also succeed in profession. But the same thing, is to contribute to the society. And you can contribute to society ತ್ಯಾಗ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ ತ್ಯಾಗ, ತ್ಯಾಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. We should get rid of laziness, we should get rid of ego, we should also learn to continuously learn every day. I'm sure you have a wonderful future. Please make sure that you always cultivate some good skill. You should always get some good skill in life. And that learning process is forever. Don't think that you get a degree from your learning stops. I don't think that is the purpose of celebrating something like this. You need good skill, don't fall in. Nobody will come and rescue. You should also ensure that there are no frills. You should not have any big ego. And at the same time, you should also have a very strong will. And you should go for a kill when you get an opportunity. Because at a lifetime, all of this we are enjoying, friends, with a very short life. Make sure you at least to touch 5 lives in your career. Remove the tears from one person who will be. I think our life is made. In fact, this is also something I keep studying lectures. Yesterday, those of you have, how many of you have made dosas? So on a dosa cover, if you actually take water and what happens? It instantly evaporates. How many of you have seen a lotus leaf? Agriculture University of that many people seen it. Have you seen a dirty lotus leaf? Lotus leaf dirty. I think science, so one of the German biologists, he actually put a lotus leaf below a microscope and he saw nano-sized ridges. So lotus leaf, whenever you put a drop of water, it basically in the morning times, if you walk across a lake and you ಹೊಳಿತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಜ್ರದ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. So the drop of water when sun shines from the water, ವಜ್ರದ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. But ಗಾಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. But when the same drop of water, if it is ಈ ಕಪ್ಪೆ ಚಿಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಾತಿ ಮುತ್ತ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, if it resides below the sea for say something like 30 weeks, then it becomes a wonderful, invaluable pearl. Friends, our life is like that. We all have to figure out whether we want to become a drop of water in a dosa tawa, which actually instantly evaporates, or we want to become like a drop of water in a lotus leaf, which actually glows like a diamond for a few seconds, or an invaluable pearl. It is actually in our own hand. It is not in anybody's hand. As researchers in this wonderful university, a mark before you go, because at the end of the day, life is not considered very, very simple. In fact, biology class of the ಬಂದು ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ನಂತೆ, ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಎಂಟಮಾಲಜಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. he was actually born a few years earlier. ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ಒಂದು ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂದ್ರಂತೆ. ಹುಡುಗರು ಬೇಜಾರಾಗೋಯ್ತಂತೆ, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಂದು ಇತ್ತು. ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಶೂರ್ ದಟ್ ದಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಯ್ ವೆರಿ ಅನಲೈಕ್ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಗಂಡ ಇದು ಹೆಣ್ಣ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂತು. ವೆರಿ ಟ್ರಿಕಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇದು? ಗಂಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಟೀಚರ್ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳದಂತೆ. ಸರ್ ಇದು ಸತ್ತೋಗಿಂತ ಬದುಕಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇಫ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 15 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಕೀಟ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರ ಸತ್ತೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮುಟ್ಟಾಗ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಳೆದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಹಾಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಕಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್, ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್, please don't think that sitting they have all done great things in life. There are several things we have failed miserably. I am telling you without any shame. I will also tell you the others, the wonderful campus of IAS, there are days when I have cried alone because something has not worked out. Crying is a very natural phenomena. But next morning, sure that whatever did not work, works again. Human life is all about enjoying this wonderful journey. Have a great time. Always remember, yesterday is more like newspaper. This newspaper yesterday is more like tissue paper. Tomorrow is like question paper. Life actually takes you through different journeys, build good relationships, enjoy science. The only return on investment for you is that knowledge that you get out of asking questions. Take care of your family, no matter where you go, because you always have several hands in your pocket. One of them is your family. Good skills, the value system, they are all like glass balls. Don't drop it, because if you drop it, they are all gone. You can have a rubber, like the job that you are going to do. It will not come back. If that doesn't work out, you can go and find another job and live and work before you go. All the very best. Thank you for the opportunity.
Consistency is the biggest key for our success. Thank you, sir, for your inspired address. Welcome, Dr. Center of Sustainable Studies, Hyderabad, for this event. Now, Dr. Audience.
Good afternoon, everybody, and Honorable Vice Chancellor and distinguished faculty here. I always remember Thursday or Tuesday. Tuesday, I always virtually. Unfortunately, I was planning to be here, but I spoke to from Vietnam. Since I came back last night, Dr. Natharas told whether to come and attend the concluding session. And I was supposed to talk, actually. So I am not prepared for any of this speech. I think Dr. Jagdish, he gave an amazing speech and very personal speech in terms of graduating all the PhD master students here. I'm a graduate of this universities. I got an undergraduate here from 1985 to 89 batch. I got a degree in agriculture, marketing, and cooperation. I don't know if that degree still exists or not. Well, it does, okay. When I was in college here, I'm in the state of Odisha. So when I was in the college here, we were students in that batch, that particular discipline, agriculture marketing. And I was told that this particular degree is not recognized by the state government. So the people who graduate from here, they have no future. That's the whole 4 years I was here. I was told you will not get a degree and all this degrees these are useless. But when I was 16 of us were there, I I looked at 6 of them. I know 4 or 5 of them on the web. I think they're back here and doing their coffee plantation, their coffee still there. One of my friend, Ganapati, he went to for masters. They use the Starbucks equivalent, Velcap. So he's the managing director of Velcap in Switzerland right now. So, and I think a lot of lots of police officer. He was DSP, I don't know, SP and that. So that it doesn't matter where the it doesn't matter where say scope or not. It's actually in the person. You can get the highest Ivy League and the best you are not they not do well. So I not a bad of anything not to achieve in the future. But I think what Dr. Jagdish was saying, and basically stop learning. I completely agree with him. When done everything, now it's my time to go back and get a job and live my life as you said, get your salary, get married, and have a house, whatever. That is the end of it. That's that. But then that is the end of your life. I think you end up having, not much contribution, I would say. So don't stop learning the life. You always come to a stage where you learn. As agriculture, if you just go out of agriculture 5 years, I recognize the particular sector. Basically, useless because you are not kept up with the developments in the particular discipline we are in. So you just keep learning, doesn't matter whether your demands or not. The facers, they have to learn and they have to keep up with the field there. If you're going to the private sector, going into sort of business, I think that particular field life there. Just give an example of my career. Actually, I left here, went to US, got my master's PhD, became a professor in the US. I think everyone that you become a professor, then you die as a professor. Okay. So when three professors, both in Iowa State and Texas State, I decided to look all together. We were too for me. Once you get I don't know if you remember this, once you get we were untouchable. You basically come and teach one of the class and publish your few articles, and you go home and nobody the boss. So a lot of people take that path and I'm not saying that's bad. They will become very successful. I think so. Personal development. Join International Ice Research Institute. I think I'm pretty sure I joined Philippines. I'm trained as a trained economist. That means I have to think partners. Okay, I got a trade law, WTO cases, court cases. Those are the type of the things I did when I was in the US. I think I have no idea what to do, but this level technology, just like in universities, the developed technologies, the evaluations, simulations, all those things there. I learned from the scratch. I was social science division, a staff of 100 people, discipline, social scientists, gender specialists, GI sensing, MNT specialists. I have never heard of. I ended up getting the job and came here, and I learned so well that thing. Again, the entire time I kept learning. And I joined as a center. It's a crop I never died. So I was with the senior director of International Computer Center. I am the CGIR center there. It started from the scratch. Okay. Then 7 years after SIP, I left. Now I'm entrepreneur. Okay. At the age of 59, I started to do something. This is something that is family and still other things there. I did have the guts to that financial security, the job, professional jobs gives you a real job or SIP job gives you, could not take that step forward. But finally, I decided to, this is the time when I never do. Once you're 57, 50, that's good. You're coming to the end of the career. So I started doing this now. So I'm a rice trader, so we export the rice. But I'm not a normal rice trader. I'm different. Because of my background, research development, I know the sector very well, but I do the rice export, let's say. So I started government to government deal. Our first is the largest rice exporter in the world. And right now we have so much rice, we can literally feed the world. We have 60 million tons of rice and we have produced rice. Rice there. The chief minister actually invited to come to facilitate because we have a good price awarded last year. So then he said, rice, Dr. Mohanty, rice, since I'm 30 years, I'm the largest importer of rice. And Telangana has too much rice. Telangana the first time exported rice. They got normally it's the private sector, the central government. The state has never exported rice. But here the state, so the Department of Commerce, and they exported rice. Now they signed to supply every year. Okay. I didn't expect that money. Automatically. I spend all the rice surplus to come in different countries. Because they have too much rice they have. After they continue their CO2. So how to get to the storeroom? Instead of rotting those rice in the warehouse, send it to somewhere else, get some experiment there. So I started learning the trade business. Again, the guy I worked with, so I learned everything from scratch. It's completely what I have done last 30 years. So I did that, now I'm doing here. Then you can't do that. You have to basically get to the field. I sat in the state supplies corporation for 6 months. Other things so complicated. Bank guarantee was so much there. So I went to civil supply corporation and the Philippines Department of Agriculture. What happened there? So it had a very fast rate for me. So that I was talking to the civil supply corporation. I talking then how does this? So learning so and once you think that and team change this. That's my advice. If you're okay that you just want to make that, that's fine. But if you do something where you find that next forward there, what I'll do the next step. So if you're good enough to find the way to get done what you are trying to do there, I'm not a business speaker, so excuse me, please. Because I'm just giving my life experience there. So I saw people I'm economist, that I don't know that much. I went to the potato supply chain. If you look potato, the seeds are produced in Punjab, Haryana. They transport to the rest of the country, including Karnataka. If you go to Hassan district, they used to buy seeds from Punjab, Haryana, because the climatic conditions would uh, requirement, kind of stuck there, the potato seed multiplication. It's from Vietnam. It's called ethical marketing. Okay. So Dr. Bhapatte, I saw this particular technology. Basically, they have a small tissue culture lab, where tissue culture planted, they set up the mother bed, cut the stem, and they replant it. Then the seedling, you know, when the potato seedling plant the seed, so the seed. I never got the facility. Reducing those 6 rupees. I said, use a beast. He said, Sam, I tried it. It doesn't work. I started with Karnataka, first state, which I introduced cutting in Karnataka. I was office in horticulture university there, Vidyanapuram. If you go to Hassan district now, there are around 25 nurseries. They need the manager. That's it. He's doing the business there. Other states now, and Karnataka is one of the first states which did I. The production of the which is 20 lakhs of people farmers producing the generation of seed. So they can self-sufficient. It's a small technology. It's a small technology. That's 9 things. The thing, and so chance that this is the flight. I Sukansumans. Sukansunar. In terms of how it's done, the economics behind it, the economics there. Okay. So I want to see the waste, bio waste, the city waste, household waste, waste, livestock waste, fish market, food, all these things. Still, they actually convert to manual. Everything is 60 million. That's a traditional process. Now people got the microbes, bacteria itself. This topic, scientists survive minus 36 to okay, and that's a secret. There was one machine that machine can be up to 20 so it can be big. 20 ton biomass to inside everything. Household was everything, cow down. 6 hours the conversion takes place. So the waste to 6 hours. The whole time 60 days, 6 hours. They have actually trying to set it up with Hyderabad pilot in the university there to see the economics behind that, whether that can be scaled up or not. That that whether this is economically viable, the manual cheaper than it can be sold in the market as organic matter and you can make money. Okay. So this is how I'm learning now. This is my understand how it happens there. So this is like 60, I'm still learning. You know. So what suggesting go get a job, do something, but should come back to that someday. And try on that here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are extremely happy to have you with us today. I now invite Dr. S.V. Suresha, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bangalore to deliver the presidential remark.
Respected hosts of today's valedictory program, Dr. Jagdish, Dr. Mahanti, Dean PGS, Dr. Narayan Swami, the faculty, and the dear student friends. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು with due respect to him and apologies, one small ಒಂದು twist. In the very beginning, he said, ask questions. Try to inquire, find out why and. But there is a dark manipulation to that angle also. Instead of saying that, you just give a wrong answer to you. Respond to you with the correct answer. If you say we are producing 100 million tons of ordnance this year, and hey, it is 359 million. So straight away, instead of asking question, you just give them a wrong answer. The people in the feet or jump immediately to correct your answer. So again, if possible, you also try to learn dark manipulation where you can also get a correct answer. So I'm happy that today's the valedictory program witnessed two enlightened speeches. Probably today I became a fan for Dr. Jagdish. The way he has narrated and the way he has made academic, emotion, the behavior, attitude plus science. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. The science week said, he said it's not a week, it's a way of life. Definitely I do agree. That science cannot be for a particular week or for a particular day. It is through the life. The amazing facts he quoted on a human body. Most of us may not be knowing though biologists, or though we have studied biology. Most of the time we struggle hard to say this, but we never appreciated the human body at all. ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ಸ್ಪೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್, ಎರಡು ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನ ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ತಾಗ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Most of the time, because we are not appreciating our organs, how beautifully they are created and how beautifully they are functioning with us ಅಂತ. Even today, ultimately ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಆ ಎರಡು ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನ ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಸತ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಜೀವನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಭಯ, ಕಣ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬದುಕಿದ್ದಾಗ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌ and why human relations are very important, why bondages. He said at least two shoulders to console you when you are in profit. Definitely yes. With this present day life, probably I don't think even a single shoulder can you can get it. That's ಇದೆ. Because most of the time, if I talk to Nataraj Karba, what I will get? ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ನಟರಾಜ್ ಕರ್ಬದಿಂದ? If I can get something, I can talk to him freely, ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ it has become commercial. Bondages ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ, everything is very in terms of what I will get it back from them. ಈ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಒಳಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇದನ್ನು ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ Mohanty also addressed and gave you a well-defined structure for entrepreneurship. And he said for the first time, a state exported this food grain, where earlier it was only between private and the governments explore. But you just look at it, there are a lot of potential. It is only thing, how best we can fill the gap between these things. There is one side, there is a surplus, another side, there is a demand, but unable to match these things. And I'm also happy and thankful to Dr. Jagdish said this university has done a lot of things for this society. And we are sitting on a gold mine of data where we are not supposed to share with anybody, you said. Definitely, but at the same time, as I told you in the evening while having tea, though we have a gold mine with us, unfortunately, we are not that competent enough at present to make use of that gold mine. But we need to get the people support, the outside experts who are capable of handling these things. And how best I can also improve upon it is another important thing also for me. So in spite of it, the many best papers have been presented and also the posters. And I am happy that the students, the way they have explained their posters in the first day inaugural session, they were damn confident. They were very sure of what they have done and how it may impact the society also, some of them explained. But at the same time, as I quoted in the inaugural session, kindly see that your thesis work is a waste because you have spent almost 2 years or 3 years in the college. And until unless it reaches the required audience, probably it may not fulfill any of your criteria or the dreams. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೇ ಆಡ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟವ್ರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಟರಿ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ TGS identify selected products which you can come out of these pieces or the process development that you have refined or something which is useful to the society or to the government for its implementation. ಒಂದು 3-4 divisions ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ if you can give it to the concerned persons, at least you draw their attention. Whether that will be implemented or not, I don't know, but let it be the attention of these people. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಲಿ. I am very happy and let me congratulate all the PG students for their wonderful work. And also the meticulous organization of PG Science Week. The first and foremost thing I congratulate the PGs for choosing this venue. Earlier it was a scattered one when they were doing it in North Clark. But ಈ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ತಂದಿದ್ದರಿಂದಾನೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂತ ಇವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ that most of the concurrent sessions were full of the researchers. So that is way, and also the try to encourage the interactions among the students. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನು PG ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ there are 2 things which are always required for a person: ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಎರಡೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಸರಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯು ಆಲ್ ನೋ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್, ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ he wanted to conquer everything on this earth. He was a very greedy fellow. ಏನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕೂ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ರಮಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥವನು. ಅವನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅವನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ದೇಶನ ಕಾಂಕರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವನ ಸೈನಿಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಆಲ್ಪ್ ಪರ್ವತ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ದಾಟಿದಾರೋ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಲ್ಪ್ ಪರ್ವತ ದಾಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನೀನೋಗಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಗೆತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಎನಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಕರ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ. Then he said, okay, ಆಲ್ಪ್ ಪರ್ವತ ದಾಟದ್ ಬೇಡ, ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಹಿಮ್. ದಾಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಸುಮಾರು ಪರ್ವತಗಳು ದಾಟ್ತಾರೆ. ದಾಟದ ನಂತರ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀನೇನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹತ್ರದಲ್ಲೇ ಆಲ್ಪ್ ಪರ್ವತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಆಲ್ಪ್ ಪರ್ವತ ಕಾಣ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈಗ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಪರ್ವತ ನೀವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸುವಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿನೂ ಬದಲಾಯಿತು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಪಿ ಜಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಯಾರು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಯಾರು ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸಾಧಿಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಂತ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳು ಬದಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಕತೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ಹುಡುಗನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ನಿಮ್ ಕೈನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆನ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಸ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಸಾಯಿಸಿ ಅಥವಾ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆನ ಆರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ and what you want to achieve, but at the same time never forget the ethics in achieving your success. So ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇಂದ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಶಿಸ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ದಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಿ ಜಿ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ I congratulate all the students who have made presentations, maybe orally or through the posters. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your guiding vision and to further acknowledge the contribution successful. I invite Dr. K.C. Professor and Scientific Officer, that postgraduate study. Thanks.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, faculty members, fellow researchers, entities, and my student friends. On behalf of the Directorate of Postgraduate Studies and entire organizing committee of Science Week 2025, it is my proud privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks during this valedictory ceremony of this 12th edition, held during the Diamond Jubilee year of our university. First and foremost, I convey our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Gopalan Jagdish, for blessing this occasion and sharing the words of wisdom that inspired our postgraduate scholars to pursue excellence in research and innovation. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, your presence has added immense value to this closing ceremony. Thank you. thank Head Agnew and his team, and also Editor Communication Center and his team for the constant support for this program. I must also thank our sponsors for this PG Science Week 2025. IFCO, SM, Sugar, Agri-Shore Diagnostics Limited, East West Seed India Private Limited, SBS Scientific Supplies, Bayer Crop Science India Limited, Internet Seeds, and Justice Hobby and collaborators for the support to this scientific event. Now I request Mr. Tabib Kumar from East West Seed Private country head to come to the dais and receive the token of advance, please. Thank you, sir, for receiving the token of appreciation. Now I request Mr. Lakshmi from Agri-Shore Diagnostic Limited to come up to the dais and receive the token of appreciation, please. Thank you, Mr. Lakshmi. Finally, to the audience, both in person and online, thank you for your active participation and encouragement, presenters. As we bring Science Week 2025 to a close, let us carry forward the spirit of scientific curiosity, collaboration, and service to the society that the symposium embodies. Wishing you success in academic and professional journeys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious acknowledgement. So, and and that is I request for the earlier and start presentation. I now request Dr. Meteorology of the groups.
Thank you. A very good evening, respected dignitaries on the dais, officers, colleagues, and dear student friends. It is the exciting time we are waiting, and it's my pleasure to present the winners of the award presentation the last 4 days of PG Science Week. Sir, to the information of the house. Okay, information of the house, sir. Sir, we have invited the abstract for the students of PhD for making the work presentation, sir. From the 15 departments, from campuses, one at GKVK, campus, and at Mandi campus, we received 96 abstracts, sir. And those abstracts took a 6 broad groups to encourage the class learning, sir, like crop production 1, crop production 2, crop protection, crop improvement, social sciences, and also food science and technology, sir. Presentation, please. So in those groups, we can 15 experts evaluate the presentation. Okay. To evaluate the presentations, to evaluate the presentation. Okay, those experts are from the eminent from the academic and also research organizations across the country, sir. They were not there, sir. And I would like to present the winners of those groups, sir. The is, I just would like to bring to the notice of the house that 96 presentations were equally competitive and all award winning, sir. Yes, the university has stipulated certain guidelines, so our only otherwise presentations are also equally presentation. My congratulations to all of you. Then the winners of the presentation as well as winner session and agree in startup, sir. Okay. We got 28 ideas, sir. Actually, 28 were scouts screened for presentation. Among them, 5 were actually. Then, the presentation as well as the start. And I request the winners to come into the desk and group, collect the certificates. Right, actually. The first group is the competition, which consists of certain disciplines. Here we had the 23 presentations. Gautam. Yes, Gautam, Department of Soil Science. Okay, on the topic, on the paper presented on calcium nutrition and its role in mitigating the and formulation of calcium-based nutrition. I request Gautam to listen this and they are guided by DV. Okay, the second presentation, the award goes to Aishwarya Golshetty, research a multi-variable MD exploration and deploy soil quality and its correlation with ND, guided by Dr. S.B. Yoga, College of Agriculture, India. And the third goes to Ms. D. Kavya from the Department of Soil Science, College of Agriculture, India. Delivery of extracted potassium from stem and its influence on soil potassium dynamics and main in which are guided by Dr. Suma. Next in crop production group, sir, we had 3 different articles, microbiology and also science. Okay, here there are 16 presentations. Really outlining, sir. It's the first one. Yes, and Lavanya on the paper insights into bachelor says when system got a dear function strain combined guided by microbiology. The second one goes to Mr. D. Karthik from the China was guided by Dr. R. Wasant. Sir, it consists of 4 disciplines: genetics and plant breeding, crop engineering, plant technology, molecular biology, and plant. Sir, TC Suman from the Department of Plant Technology, identification and evaluation of candidate preference genes for accurate gene expression analysis in the peach. The second, Miss Sirisha, okay, presenting on breeding potential of segregating population based on predicted genetic gain and frequency of transgressive segregation in guided by the Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, genetics and plant breeding. The next group is on crop production, which consists of disciplines. One is on entomology and plant, and there are 16 presentations in the group. And the first group, Mr. M. Karthik Reddy, okay, from the Department of Agriculture, integrated taxonomic study of The next, yes, Sri Devasena, yes, Sri Devasena, characterization of virulence and response in bacterial leaf species complex. The department guided by Dr. M. Prasanna Kumar. Next question. Okay. Next on social sciences. Social sciences consists of three disciplines, sir. And here we had 18 presentation, which the first goes to human L. From the department is for quantifying market risk, a multi-market value at risk analysis of in India guided by the second prize goes to Mr. Prashant B. Prashant B from the Department of Extension on the topic impact of some beneficiaries in Kalyan guided by the Department of Extension. So the last group is food science and technology from food science and nutrition. And here the winner is Mr. Sujay Singh. Actually, sir, he's in Erasmus in the German. Sir, he is presented virtually the presentation, and I request Usha Ravindra Madam mentor for this group. She is available. She can collect. Okay, so characterization of pigment, nutritional composition, anti-diabetic activity, and value additions. Guided by Dr. Usha Ravindra, the Department of Food Science and Nutrition. Start up. Sir, in addition to this, we have sir, and here we three sponsors have sponsored the awards actually, and the which include then is Justice for Baker's Craft and Indoor. They were the three sponsors. Each have contributed. Sir, actually, in addition to that, there is also has ancient second and third. Sir, for this, is development, the intention of development sustainable construction material, agricultural waste, mycelium based bio alternative to this. Okay, this one it is gas price from the sir. The fourth place with the 2000 incentive. Sandesh Patil, Sandesh Patil, Abhishek and Shreyas D, which is guided by Dr. G. Sorry, permission. So it's maintained by Dr. CN Lakshmi and present Dr. Rangan G. And the third place goes to the uniform silicon G. Sen, Alikya, Nitin C. Tangali, Gayatri, and Kavya D. Okay, come mental the science and agriculture chemistry, which acts cash free sponsors 3,000 rupees from the direct intention of the clinical and the second place to Miss G. Lamanya, Shashank, and also Sakuntala, enrich, sustainable agriculture. The objective was to develop a high protein livestock feed style which is at aspiring of sponsors and fourth from the Department of History and Environmental Science, College of Agriculture, Visipur, Mandya. And the last and most awaiting, the first prize. The first prize goes to this property. Right? Okay. It was happy and yes, okay. The digital is the Suprasad, the Department of Studies, which has fetched a cash prize of 25,000 from the sponsor and 5,000 from the studies. Okay, these are the presentations okay, which has fetched the winner, sir. Okay. I'm thankful to the director of studies and the university for giving this opportunity to my deepest thankful to the team of studies, the Ministry of Studies. Event. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, sir. First, Dr. C.T. Ramchandra, Professor. The award is first presentation.
Good evening, Anand. Respected dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, and my dear students, it's my pleasure to announce the winners of the poster presentation. There were about 270 posters and 37 best posters. All students have presented nicely, and the evaluators have selected 37 posters, and the first poster award goes to the Haimavati Microbiology Department. Guided by Dr. K. Tamil Vendan, the exploration of rhizobacteria for rhizosphere competency and plant growth promoting traits. Next one, C. Jashwant. Next award goes to Ajwala, please. Next award, Rakshita from the Department of Agriculture. Rakshita, please. Presentation, please. Next award goes to Gurjala Rama from the Agronomy Department again. Best poster award goes to Gurujala Rama from the Agronomy Department. Next to Soil Science, N. Harshita from the Soil Science. N. Harshita, please. Harshita, please. From the Soil Science, Department of Soil Science. Next award goes to GSN Alexia from the Soil Science Department. GSN Alexia. Next award goes to KC Tanuja from the Commercial and Power Engineering Department. Next award goes to Balamika Nikhil from the Soil and Water Conservation Engineering Department, please. Please come on to the dais. Next award goes to K. Maheshwari from the Agricultural Economics Department. K. Maheshwari, please. Soil and Water Conservation Engineering. Next award goes to K. Maheshwari, Agricultural Economics Department. K. Maheshwari. Next goes to Sanjay Kamran, Agricultural Extension Department. Agricultural Extension Education. Next award goes to Award Bilal Khan from the Agricultural Extension Education Department again. From the social sciences, we have J.P. Bhumika from the MBA AVM. J.P. Bhumika, please. J.P. Bhumika. Ankita Rana, next award goes to Ankita Rana from MBA. Next award goes to M. Megha, MBA again. M. Megha, please. Next award goes to Tejas from MBA again. R. Tejas, please. Next award from the Food Science and Technology, Kartana Sinde. Kartana Sinde. Next award goes to Aksa Babu from Processing and Food Engineering Department. Aksa Babu, please. Next award goes to KB Singh from Processing and Food Department. KB Sindhu, please. Next award, the Food Science and Technology category. Processing Technology Group. From the Food Processing Technology. Next from the Crop Protection, G. Mohan Prasad from the Entomology. G. Mohan Prasad, please. G. Mohan Prasad. Next award goes to P. from Entomology. P. Navina. MD Yashaswini from Entomology. MD Yashaswini from Entomology. Next award goes to Akshay Shaju from Plant Pathology. Mr. Akshay Shaju. Mr. Ramesh from Plant Pathology again. Mr. Ramesh from the Plant Pathology. Subhan Raj from Sericulture, from the Department of Sericulture. P.M. Subhan Raj. Salman Almelkar from the Sericulture Department. Mr. Latif from the Apiculture Department. Latapa, please. In genetics and plant breeding, the best poster award goes to Jayant Kumar. Mr. A. Jayant Kumar. Next award goes to Subhash Chandra Shahan from JPB. Next award goes to Ayushi Mittal from genetics and plant breeding again. Miss Ayushi Mittal, please. Award goes to Soundarya. These persons. Oh, how this? Ayushi Mittal from Genetics and Plant Breeding. From Seed Science and Technology, Soundarya. Next award goes to Seed Science and Technology again, Veda, please. Miss Veda. And molecular biology, next award goes to Miss Devamrita, please. Again, biotechnology, Lakshmi B. Hiravalu. Award goes to Lakshmi B. Hiravalu. And in biochemistry, the award goes to Vaishnav. Mr. V. Vaishnav, please. Mr. Vaishnav, and the last award in the plant physiology, the best poster award goes to M. Devarintiga, Miss M. Devarintiga, please. Congratulations to all the winners and my best wishes. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Science Week 25. May we continue until we meet again in 2026. Survey Survey Tantramayaha. Survey Padmani Pashyantu. Ma Pashti Dwarapagavi. Thank you, one and all.